Hello and welcome back to the 2024 Las Vegas Challenge Round 2. We are moving over to the Innova course. My name is Emily Dale, and joining me is Nathan Johnson.
Yeah, what's up, Emily? Excited to watch some more golf in beautiful, sunny Las Vegas, Nevada. It's a nice change of pace to see this course in 80-degree weather and not the 30 degrees that we normally get when this is a pro tour.
Yes, so we're going to see some different conditions from what we saw yesterday. Yesterday was very high winds. They were down a little bit today. And we have some new faces on our feature card with Michelle and Emily, my doppelganger name friend, Emily Yale, not the Dale.
We'll try to keep you two separate. You're not playing in this tournament, luckily, though, so, there won't be too much confusion, hopefully.
Alrighty, heading into hole 1, we have a 353-foot par 3. A lot of these holes are gettable, but a lot of the features that we'll see here are these rolling mounds that make some scary greens and some tight OB lines. We do have OB on the right-hand side there.
Yep, this is a common play here we're seeing from Sophia Donachie after her very solid round 1. Just plays that nice, safe hyzer backhand. Gonna have an uphill putt coming up.
Yeah, we saw some great golf from these ladies yesterday. Excited to see how they attack these courses.
This is a nice looking line from Luque. Lawrenson scoots it up there nicely. Should have a circle 2 putt.
Our first time here watching Michelle. She's got some great power and did a really great round yesterday. Excited to see how she follows that up.
Yeah, solid 2 down. This is a nice looking shot as well. Checks up. Pretty common collection area there in that little bowl. And yes, Emily Yale, not to be confused with Emily Dale in the
She's
booth.
much cooler than I am.
Give yourself some credit. See how she's able to attack and follow up after her pretty solid 2 under first round as well. This looks like a good line.
Great rep, more direct at it. That is not an OB green there that she landed on, so she is safe.
See if any of these players decide to run this putt. It is a treacherous green. If you hit any metal on this basket, I can tell you from personal experience, you may or may not get an 80-foot roll away, which is not the best way to start your round.
Insert eye twitches.
Yeah. A little PTSD. So a couple layups so far. I think we'll likely see 2 more. Par is not a bad result on this hole.
It's still so early in the tournament, and there's a lot left out there. So players are wanting to play smart and choosing to attack where they need to.
Though Lawrenson wants to give this a run. Oh, I warned you, Lucky. You should have listened to me.
I think that's on you.
What, because I put it out in the universe that the rollaway was possible? Okay, that is maybe a fair point. Now she's kind of stuck in this spot where she feels like she has to run the comebacker. Not a bad effort. Honestly, better to not catch any metal, but that's the danger here on hole 1. Happens quick.
Absolutely. There's nothing more painful than watching your disc roll behind you.
Exactly. 1 birdie on the day on hole 1. Shout out to Chelsea Howells. That's a great pickup.
Great bird.
Spins that one in for the bogey.
Solid putt. That can be scary after watching you roll away already. So really solid job there for Luque. And we have some par tap-ins for the rest of our card. Heading into hole 2, we have a 270-foot par 3. Not so straightforward. We got a lot of foliage here, a lot to avoid, and we do have a little OB area right in from the left side of the green there. Players are just wanting to play their hard pan, skip right up, just like we see here from our leader.
Yeah, what a shot from Sophia. Just absolutely pured it. I mean, this is pretty much the really only wooded hole we have on the entire property. So not a lot of tunnels to hit on these courses, but
Yeah, and
it's
it's
a
a
fun
big
hole.
adjustment because these players are used to those big open spaces and then getting here to hitting the gap again. It can be a hard transition, but looks like a good pool here from Lorenzen.
Yeah, get some great ground play on that hard pan, like you mentioned. Gonna scoot her up into circles one's edge, most likely. Great scramble shot there from Sag Boy. Gets a nice flare skip to inside circle one, and oh, a tough break there for Yale. Hits that rock, rolls her out to an obstructed putt for her par.
Yeah, that's one of the neat features of this course is that they have a lot of these trees have low-hanging branches that make some challenging putts. We see a great bounce back birdie there for Lorenzen.
Yeah, spins it in under those branches, avoids them nicely.
And there's that awkward putt you were talking about, unfortunately, bouncing out, and she'll have to settle for a bogey.
Yeah, just a tough reaction off that rock. Like the only thing on the screen that she could have hit. So tough break. But things you got to deal with on the disc golf course.
Mm-hmm. Easy tap-in birdie there for Sophia.
Yeah, picking up right where she left off yesterday. Nice clean golf. Giving herself plenty of birdie licks while she see if she can keep it up.
Yeah, so heading into hole 3, it's a 260-foot par 3 playing as an island. So players are going to need to clear into that safe area just beyond the tree where you saw the drone fly over. But then there is danger in the cart path beyond, as well as going a little too far on that left-hand side. This is the play that you'll see a lot. Oh, no.
Oh, it looks like she hit one of the spectator ropes. Did it roll back in bounds? It did not. Wow.
Oh, that is brutal.
Yeah, that almost guaranteed to skip back in if it doesn't hit that. Oh my gosh,
No
and
way.
Lorenzen hits it too. How does that happen 2 shots in a row? And is that going to be OB? Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness, that is insane.
Just a really tough break. I was going to mention before all this chaos started happening that in past years you'd see some players go over this pond that everyone's pretty much throwing around, but these trees and branches have grown in so much that there's almost no reason to even think about going for that shot anymore. Almost everybody is just going to play this nice safe wide hyzer, hopefully get a little ground play and skip up into the green.
Safe in quotes due to
what I thought was safe, but.
And you can see the drop zone here is still a little bit scary. You're still teeing off from or shooting from OB across the pond. Just trying to get up there for par and check up before the OB behind the basket. Good work there.
Yeah, when this event was a pro tour, this hole was typically played on an elevated basket, but just a normal size basket for this year's tournament. Kind of a tricky little lie here for Emily. Just a little step out forehand. Happy to take the par.
Yeah, and you can see how close she was to OB even with taking that safe play on the inside. It sneaks up quickly. Long bid here from Michelle.
Somebody needs to fix that flag. It's like it's so low. It's almost getting in the way of those putts, but nice
unsee it now.
Bogey. Yeah, we're gonna have some tap in bogeys, some tap in pars coming up. Hole 3 did play as surprisingly the second hardest hole on the course at a 3.55 average, so not one to take for granted. Seemingly a pretty straightforward hyzer, but that out of bounds can bite you quick.
Yeah, absolutely. And You can tell that there's still a little bit of wind that you're dealing with, so I'm sure in their heads.
You want a new disc, but you're overwhelmed by all of the options. Well, we've got you covered. Meet the Innova Pathfinder Guides, a series of graphics that match a set of discs for your style of play, curated by our own Riley O'Neill and Eric Schwann. Whether you're the beginner, the crusher, or anywhere in between, we've got a lineup for you. So scan the QR code, find a guide that matches your style of play, and discover your path to a better game. If you haven't seen these, you're missing out. All right, back to the action.
Alrighty, heading into hole 4. It is a 422-foot par 4. Not a lot of OB here to speak of, a little bit behind the basket and a little bit on the right-hand side if you turn something over, but players are really looking to just get out here with a pump and hopefully snag the birdie.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a gap that players kind of have to hit here. But it's pretty favorable. That's a nice shot there from Michelle. Just anything out in this golf fairway is going to play just fine.
Good rip there from Emily as well. And we've seen some really powerful drives from Sophia so far. Excited to see what she pushes out there.
Yeah, it doesn't quite get the turn on this one. So going to fade out on the left-hand side. But again, nothing really in the way for this upshot other than the technicality of that sloped green. So fading out, not the worst result. Looking pretty similar here from Lorenzen. And yeah, we're going to get 3 looks at pretty much the same upshot here. Just want to scoot something up, land it nice and flat to not bring the potential rollaways into play. That one leaks out a bit from Yale, but she'll have a short birdie putt.
Good angle correction there from Michelle. It did leak a little bit long. She should have a birdie putt on the way though.
Yeah, nobody quite pinning this one yet. All kind of landing around circle's edge. And after the best drive of the group, just a nice little pitch up for Luque. That's going to be a tap in. No pars yet for her today. Bit of a roller coaster. We'll see if she can settle it down here shortly.
Good stop there.
A little reset into the headwind here, about a 22-footer. Emily
Great
Yale
putt.
knocks it down for her first birdie of the round. Hopefully that'll get her going. Nice birdie putt for Michelle as well. Rocking the Jomez Pro jersey on Gatekeeper Media. I feel like there's something wrong there that I'm not quite. We gotta hook her up. Derek, can we hook Michelle up with some merch?
Send Michelle some swag.
So 3 birdies for the card, all gaining a stroke on our leader.
Yeah,
Necessary
that
for
one,
par.
it feels like a must get, so I'm sure Sophia's feeling that one, but a lot of golf left out there. So heading into hole 5, gone are the nice open fairways. We have some tight greens again. Players are going to be wanting to just pitch something straight out there. We do have OB on both the right and left, and then we have another little OB hazard area feature right in front of the green.
Yeah, that the basket behind the golf green that is out of bounds on a slope is like 99% of this course. Maybe not 99%, but a very common feature on a lot of these par 4s and 5s.
Yes.
So, the more you can bite off on your tee shot makes that upshot into the green a lot easier. if you can, afford to throw a slower speed disc on those types of shots. This clips something early for Emily. She's going to have a decision from there whether or not she wants to try to get aggressive or just kind of lay out, play for par.
She might have angered the geese clan, so she's going to have to watch out. They're intense.
Yeah, these are some blind geese too. I don't think the players can see those geese on the other side of the hill. Bit overturned from Lorenzen, but I think that stays inbounds, so she should still have a chance to get up and down.
Yeah, and coming in right around 600 feet as a par 4, this is something that any of these players on this card could easily birdie, but we have these crazy features with the golf greens and Title B lines that make it much more challenging than it looks like on paper.
Yeah, for sure. This gap off the tee is no joke. It is pretty tight, and there is a left side. With the OB on either side, it can come in quick. So you definitely have to prioritize, keeping the disc straight through that entire flight, not getting too much fade in either direction. You can easily find that out of bounds. So a couple placement shots here for our players that were out of position off the tee. Is that stay in bounds?
I think that might have leaked out for her.
Yeah, that cart path on the right-hand side comes up pretty quick if you're not careful.
You can see Lorenzen trying to go wide to avoid that hazard area there. Should give her a decent look to get up and down.
Yeah, Michelle with the best drive of the group. Now just kind of playing, I think she was trying to lay up there short of the green, but just gives it a little too much. Scoots onto it into the out of bounds. Players still have a tough approach here into this green. Again, slopes behind the basket to that golf cart path, which is out of bounds. So distance control's key. Not a bad shot for Sophia, but she's got a tricky little uphill putt coming up. Ooh. Living on the edge.
Yes. Thankfully that one stays safe for her. I think she was probably hoping for a little bit more ground play than that. We've seen a lot of ground play so far for that one to kind of check up quickly, but should still have a good look at par here.
Yeah, especially with these finely cut fairways, you tend to see a lot of ground play out here on these ball golf course style courses. Long look here from Emily. Uh-oh.
And there's that brutal roll away. That is kind of the theme of these courses out here. The greens. Oh,
That's a
great
nice
stick.
Yeah, nice stick, high left, catches. Not the worst roll away we've ever seen for Emily. She's still got a 24-footer or so. Able to knock it down.
Yep. Good putt to just get it in there and move on to the next hole.
Yeah, and I mean, hole 5 did play as the hardest hole on the course at a 4.9 average, almost played as a par 5 with no birdies. So, not the worst hole to, take a big number on. You're not losing that many strokes to the field.
Tough hole for our card here as we head over into hole 6, one of these picturesque Vegas shots. It's a short 220-foot par 3 playing as an island, so players need to play safe, check up quickly, and I think the water comes just as much into play on the putt as it does for your drive.
Yeah, this is where those fast, we don't talk about it much in disc golf, but the fast greens come into play here. You really need to hit the front side of the basket, or the hill in front of the basket, to kind of kill the speed, because if you land past it like we saw from Sophia, it's really hard to get your disc to stop. So great speed control there from Michelle. Checks that up nicely.
Is looking a little bit left, but she might stay safe.
Yeah, I think it got through, so fortunate break there for Lorenzen. She'll have a birdie putt. Ooh, and this can be dry, but still in trouble.
Yeah, unfortunately, just a little bit too high there from Emily, so she'll go over to the drop zone with Sophia.
Yeah, and this absolute death putt, about a 45-footer. Yeah, not worth giving that one a run, and only in round 2. This is a birdie look for Luque. Gives it a run and knocks it down from outside the circle.
Great
Cans
putt.
the death putt. No pars for her today. She is a woman on a mission.
Par? Never heard of her.
Take another look. That smooth spinner. Catches the right side chains.
There's one way to stay even, and she's showing you how.
So Michelle finds the corner pocket there. Drops it in for her birdie as well. Couple birdies, couple bogeys. Pretty common result on hole 6. You don't see too many pars on this one.
Alrighty, hole 7, 298-foot par 4. Yes, you read that correctly, but this is why. We have a lot of danger pretty much everywhere on this hole. A lot of OB, a lot of hazard. A lot can happen.
I don't know if that distance is correct, unless they've moved the tee pad in recent years. Or maybe that distance is correct. Yeah, we see Michelle going for it. I guess FPO is playing from a shorter pad than I remember. But yeah, I mean, those two hazards come into play. The golf green comes into play. This is like the hardest 298-foot par 4 I've ever seen.
Yeah, and like you said yesterday, I think a common play too is just send it, and if you land on the hazard, you'll have probably a shorter putt, but that'll be an eagle putt there for Lorenzen.
Yeah, the one mistake you can't make on this hole is coming up short on that golf green, right? I mean, if you land, going deep like this, oh no, that's gonna find the out of bounds deep actually.
Oh,
Tough
no.
roll away. I think she's most likely gonna have to go to the drop zone. We'll see how they play it. But yeah, if you're in the hazards, you still have a birdie putt, right? So since it is a par 4. But ideally, you can stick something safe on the green.
Yeah, so anything that is not landing safe and in the bounds does proceed to drop. Oh, nope. I'm full of it. You see Donaghy heading up here, which she'll still be able to save par.
Birdie putt here, a bit of a death putt though, with the other hazard bunker right behind the basket, but Emily Yalo's unfazed, knocks it down.
She's happy about that one.
Yeah, it's a great birdie. Michelle with a very similar putt.
Comes up just a little bit short for her, and we get to see an eagle bid.
A lot of chains. But doesn't get it to stick. Hole 7 did play as the easiest hole on the course, probably due in part to 4 eagles that we saw in the FPO field during the second round. So definitely very gettable, and the field taking advantage.
Heading into hole 8, we have a 467-foot par 4. We have this Obi pond right in front of the tee area, but then it is fairly open to head up to the basket.
Yeah, another very reachable par 4 for this field. Can get aggressive if you want to go for that turnover backhand. It is slightly downhill, so it is gettable if you hit something just right, but this play from Lorenzen, just nice smooth forehand to find the fairway and set her up for that birdie, is also a great play.
Good placement shot there from Emily as well, just pitching it up. She'll have a good look for up and down from there.
Just a bit overturned for Michelle. Does clear the pond though, so will be inbounds. Just gonna have a bit longer of an upshot. I think Sophia could definitely get a putt on this if she hits it right. Oh yeah.
Let's go. Great shot.
Wow, gets all the way back to Heiser to get the ground play. Finds herself inside the circle, putting for eagle. After kind of a slow start on this front nine, that's exactly what she needed to get going in the right direction.
Absolutely, that was a perfect shot there from Sophia.
Leaks out a little bit there for Yale. Gonna have a 30-footer or so coming up. Really straightforward putter shot from Lorenzen. Checks up nicely there. Another basket, kind of more of a subtle slope on this hole, but definitely still there.
I think the players look at this and are happy it's quote-unquote flat compared to some of these other greens that they've dealt with. And look at this eagle putt.
Yeah.
Bang, knocks
Yes.
it down. You love to see it. From 1 over to 1 under par for the round, just like that.
There you go.
A nice putt for Lorenzen as well. Make that 3 in a row. I'm sure she's still a bit frustrated about that missed eagle putt on the last hole, but still no pars for her today through 8 holes. It's pretty crazy.
Rounding out our front nine of round 2 here, we have a par 4, 601 feet. Once again, fairly open as far as this course goes. You do have some trees to contend with, a couple little bunker areas, and of course those rolling greens.
Yep, if you've got the power to go high on this tee shot, it makes that gap a lot bigger. You can just throw over that little shrubby tree, plenty of space out here on the left-hand side of the fairway. Obviously, the green can be tricky to navigate, but we'll get there when we get there.
And players will be alternating courses as we mentioned yesterday, so this will make for an interesting closing course.
Yeah, definitely some more decisions to be made, some layups, some more aggressive play depending on, where players are at down the stretch. This is looking nice from Emily, just needs a little fade, and it's going to get it.
shot there as well.
Yeah, with the placement of this bunker, now we're going to see the as the players go for their up shots. I think it shapes best for the forehand into the green. You can kind of skip around the bunker. Going with the backhand here, like Michelle is very touchy to get the distance right. This is more of a safe play. She just kind of plays it out to the left, not really bringing that bunker into play. Most likely just going to be a nice, easy layup for the par.
Here's that forehand you were talking about.
Yeah, just got to get the distance control right. Don't come up short. It's a little overturned from Yale, but that's the safer play. Plenty of space over there on the left-hand side, and nothing wrong with the par.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're going to miss, you want to miss that direction.
This one a little more aggressive, gets kind of a interesting bounce off the ground there, but checks up inbounds, so she'll have a very makeable birdie putt coming up. Yeah, great
absolutely.
drive from Donachie. Just has this little sidearm that needs to skip up the hill. Ooh. Does it hang on?
It looks like it's safe. Wow. Can't get much closer than that.
50-50, but stays inbounds. Yeah, so I think we're going to see a couple layups from out here in circle 2, especially with another. I always get scared seeing this land on hyzer like that on a hill. But this one's too close to layup. Going to have to give it a run, and another birdie for Luque Lorenzen.
No pars needed. And she's fighting back. You can see our scores here between first and second place are close.
Nice birdie of her own for Sophia. Knocks it down. Keep that 2-stroke cushion, at least for now.
And that wraps up the front 9 of round 2. Make sure you check back in with us to see how the rest of the round plays. A lot of great golf left from these ladies.
Yeah, some colorful scorecards as well, and some moves being made from the chase cards. We see Maria Oliva and Katrina Allen at 4 and 5, and Lisa Fakis all putting together some hot rounds down the leaderboard. We'll see if they can continue to make a push and maybe join us on coverage for round 3.
See you there.